Welcome once again. This is episode 34 of Talking Small Press Comics with Steve Keeter and me, Larned Justin. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our episodes. We also really appreciate your comments. We like to answer your comments if we can figure out what the heck to answer. But we're
not that
again.
Smart, folks.
Not really. We are back again, and we are ready to go with some pretty interesting comics this time.
Let's get ready to rumble.
We will. We're going to rumble now.
Look, we've been playing with the lighting here. You can. I'm going to fix this, or we're going to fix this by the next video.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm using the PC now, where I was using the laptop, and the laptop worked really well as far as the lighting goes. But the PC, this new PC that I bought, it's more sensitive to light sources and stuff. So you see, you know, there's some white here, and Larned has some, you know, in the window behind him.
Can't help that.
That's something we need to work out. But I hope this is acceptable to you.
Well,
folks.
I think it looks good. Yeah. And then this fella back here on behind you is a little green, but I think that's normal for him. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
That's Herman Munster. Not actually. That's actually Karloff.
Yeah, Boris.
There's somebody over here too.
Oh, I see that. What is that? Who's that?
That's from Italy. My daughter Kathy, who works for Amazon.com, gets to travel all over the world, and she went to Italy a couple of years ago, and she brought this back and gave it to me.
Oh. Okay, looks like a pirate hat to me.
Yeah, everybody wears those in Italy. I mean, wherever you go, if you go to drugstore, you're wearing this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're like all aliens.
All right, what comic you want to do first?
Well,
pick one.
I'm thinking Ken Leach's Tales from the Morgue.
Oh yeah. Yep. We have like a lot of Halloween stuff. We're a little behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is kind of Halloween-y too. See?
Yeah. We wanted to get a video by Halloween, but Larned had you had a surgery.
I had surgery on my left eye, and it's all better now.
All better?
Yep. All fixed. Only took 7 days to heal up.
That's good.
Really? I mean, it's really nothing.
The other eye too, right?
Yeah, I got to do the other one in December.
Yeah. Okay.
You should see the colors in the one eye are nice and sharp and white, and in the other eye they're yellow. So I got to get the cataract off the other eye.
I'm due for the same surgery. I mean,
nothing to it.
For you younger folks watching,
get
ready. The future has a lot of surprises for you.
Yeah, but honestly, really nothing to it. It's no pain, nothing like that. So
that's good. That's good.
Just a lot of eye drops. Look at this guy.
So on the back cover,
look at that.
That is an awesome illustration of a drawing of Bela Lugosi.
As Dracula.
Mike Bennett.
Very well done.
Mike Bennett. And Tales from the Morgue comes from Ken Leach, who's an old-time friend of mine. He goes way back to the days when we were in the Pizzazz Comics Co-op. It was a co-op. Steve Shipley was a member. Ken Leach was a member. And he was publishing this way back in the late 80s and early 1990s. That co-op eventually fizzled out. I became chairman for a little while. That's probably why it fizzled out. But Ken is publishing again, and it's great to see it.
It's nice.
There's a lot of really cool stuff here.
And here is a list of contributors right here on this side. And you can see there's quite a few contributors to this book.
Right.
Can't name them all, but I mean, there's a whole bunch.
Ken was very kind. He listed me as a contributor. All I did was I sent him a couple of Charlie Smith's old illos.
Oh.
And this Larry Blake illo right here of Dracula.
Oh, that's Larry Blake. Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He calls these contribators.
Yeah,
contributors.
contributors. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch. Lots of people you've heard of.
Hmm. Lots of funny stuff. It's also it's kind of scary, but it's also kind of funny at
Yeah,
the
well,
same
here's a kind of
time.
a funny story. We're gonna start right off here. Roscoe and Otis,
Yeah,
and
by Dan Gardner, inked by Gary Webb, with lettering by Ken Leach.
Ken
And
Leach
I'll
did the
say something.
lettering.
I'll say something because lettering is really difficult for me. But
Yeah, me
Ken
too.
Leach, he's a superb letterer. I mean, you just look at how good the letters are there.
It looks like a computer font to me, but
Yeah,
is he that good? Wow.
I think it's him. It might be a
It could be that
font,
he did. I don't know. You can't tell.
but he was doing the
He's
same
very
thing back
good.
in the 70s or back in the
Yeah,
80s
when
and
we didn't have
90s,
computers.
and it still looks really good.
Yeah,
This particular story, we got a couple of well, they're ducks.
yeah.
Um, Roscoe and Otis are a
Roscoe and Otis.
couple of ducks.
I'm not sure. One's a duck. The other guy looks like it could be some other kind of a bird there.
Yeah, it could be another kind of a bird.
Nah, what do you think here? This guy here, uh, that's not a duck,
They're
right?
going to visit. They're going to visit I don't know, but they're going to visit the professor. And the
Hmm.
guy who opens the door, the butler, says,
He
"Good
looks a little strange.
evening."
Yeah,
And
it
looks
looks
pretty much like
familiar.
a vampire. They're a little wild by it. You can see that here, like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So once they
yeah,
open that door, there's all kinds of stuff happening.
yep. And they meet the professor, and he has like a German accent.
Yeah, but all kinds of stuff going on.
Roscoe und der Duck. They say, "Why did you call us for?" "Oh yes, I've discovered their new automobile fuel. According to my calculations, Voon, that means one, folks,
Hmm.
6-ounce bottle of my ingenious petrol mixture should keep a car going for 27 and 7/8 years at der Voon 100
Wonder how they calculate
miles per hour."
7/8 of a year.
Yeah.
Pretty precise.
So you use this
Fuel.
new fuel that he just invented, and your car will run for 27 years.
27 and 7/8.
27 and 7/8.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal, but there
Hmm.
are these guys, there are these bad guys who just escaped from prison, and the two heroes here, Roscoe and Otis, apparently they had something to do with putting him in prison. So the guy gets out, and he's not too happy about what happened. So he goes after
Hmm.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Big Ratty. Yeah, Big Ratty.
Yeah.
There he is, right there, Big Ratty.
Yeah.
And
Now they do have a little problem with the fuel, I will tell you, because it runs along gin 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 pretty good until blam.
well, it's never been tried before.
No, and these guys tried it.
And I love this. This is like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's gin, 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 gin,
Gin
gin.
gin gin, and then blam.
And then you see what happened. They're still sitting there in the same
Oh yeah.
positions.
Yeah, they're still sitting there, but a little crispy, a little
Hilarious.
crispy.
That's
Yeah.
why it reminds me of Looney Tunes. I mean, you see that in the old Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff, or something like that happen. But this is Ken Leach again, his lettering.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm darn envious because I'm a terrible letterer. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then take a look at Eric Jensen. All of the see if you can pick out all those different people.
well, Eric Jansen,
Yeah.
he's one of the finest
Look at
artists in
that.
this issue. And some of this stuff looks like it is reprinted. Ken puts a copyright 2009
Hmm.
or copyright 2022 to let you know what's reprints and what's not.
Yeah.
But this guy is,
And
yeah,
look at
he's
that.
darn excellent.
Yeah. I was just
Maybe,
looking at the drawings here of you
yeah,
can
the
pick out the
Dracula Ely.
Dracula and then the new Dracula down in the corner.
Hmm.
It's from one of the later movies. You look like that
Oh, with the big
with
heart-shaped
the
thing on
big
his
head.
head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very well done.
I see Christopher Lee in there. I
I
see
was going to say
Mustafa
Christopher
Ali.
Lee is in there.
Hmm.
Yep, that's pretty cool. Pretty
And he
good.
draws a fine figure of a lady. And
Uh-huh.
this lady is out walking the streets late at night. Someone is watching her. But she's out watching the street like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And it goes along. And there's this guy on the street, this switchblade guy, who preys on people after dark, especially
Yeah,
ladies.
and he
Uh,
kind of goes after her, but
yep. But there's a
that
surprise.
may have been a mistake, which
There's a
we shouldn't.
surprise at the
Yeah,
end.
we should not tell you, but
Not
I
as
think he
not
has
such an
made
easy
a
prey.
serious error going after her.
Well, this is a Halloween, kind of a Halloween issue. Yeah,
Oh
it does
yeah,
say, it
yeah.
says Halloween hemoglobin. It doesn't say Halloween, but we figured out it's a Halloween issue because we got it at Halloween. Okay. Yeah. He's got some of the contributors. Louisa Felix, I believe, drew that. Yeah, Louisa Felix. She passed away, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so.
Oh,
She was
hmm,
in Pizzazz also. But she was a darn good artist. I mean, he's got some illos. Uh, Here she is. She drew this.
uh-huh,
Very stylish, very cartoony.
hmm,
And she has a couple of strips in this issue too.
yeah.
I would have to go forward a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay.
They
Um,
can pick out her style pretty quick.
she was so good. Yeah, she
Okay,
was so
right
good.
here.
She passed away so way too soon.
Yeah.
There's a story in here by Louisa Felix
Hmm.
with letters by Ken Leach. Once again, uh, his lettering is really great. And it's called From Wimp to Winter. This
Yeah.
guy is a wimp. Uh, he can't get the prettiest girl in the class because he's a wimp. There's
Yeah.
these other guys who show up, these classmates, and they're bullies, and you can see what happened.
Yeah.
He gets pummeled, and but he's a genius. He's smarter than all these guys are idiots, and he's super smart.
Yeah.
But he
He has
has
his
an
own
idea,
laboratory. Yeah.
yeah, and he has this idea, and if you don't get it, there's a picture to show what his idea is.
Yeah.
He's created a serum that will make him become a muscular hero.
Yeah. Before that, he was in his laboratory feeding his rabbit, laboratory
That
rabbit,
rabbit.
feeding him a carrot.
Yep, that's right. And there's the rabbit there.
Yeah.
And what happens is the rabbit, um, he looks away for a bit. There's a phone call, which turns out to be a
He gets
wrong
a
number.
call.
And the rabbit knocks over another serum, which causes it to mix with the serum he's making,
Uh-huh.
and it creates an entirely different sort
Yeah.
of result. Comes
He
up with a
kind of
different result,
changes. Yep.
yeah, than he had planned.
Yeah.
And he
And well, oh, you kind of froze there.
becomes a vampire.
Yeah, he becomes a
And
vampire.
there he is at this
Instead of being a muscle
party. And those
guy.
are the bullies,
Yeah.
right? Those are the
But
bullies who were beating up on him before. But you see,
just as effective as a vampire as he would be a big strong guy. So he took
yeah.
care of them. Yeah.
So in a way that works out,
Yeah.
And I don't want to give away the ending again,
Yeah.
but he does encounter the most beautiful woman in the class again, and the result is quite a bit different. So, I mean, okay. I'll show you this much of it.
Okay.
She goes, because he beat up the bullies. He killed the bullies. She's like,
Kiss me.
okay, now everything's okay. Kiss me. Now she's enamored with him.
Yeah, except he's a vampire. Be careful. Be
He's a
very
vampire.
careful. Yeah.
My hero, you defeated those bullies. I knew you were a man. I'm so proud of you. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
You know, if you show the
You might
ladies you
want to
can
work
beat up
on
a
that,
bully,
Steve. You might
right?
want to, yeah, you might want to work on that.
Yeah, yeah. If I could just beat up a few bullies,
Yeah, yeah.
women will be flocking,
To your
towards me. And
door. Yeah.
yeah, so
And then we have Steve Shipley with a whole 2 pages of one panel gags, all having to do with vampires.
yeah, Steve Shipley's in there.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
He's in there. Then we
Steve
have
Shipley.
a
Larry Blake has some vampire cartoons too.
and this is Batten Lash. Batten Lash.
Lash, which is a great name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
Stakeout.
Bird, Counselors of the Macabre.
Right, this is super cool because it looks like at the beginning it looks like all these people are all zombies, like Night of the Living Dead. They're like zombies, and they're trying to invade this house. And the artwork is super excellent. But inside the house, there's a guy hanging upside down, which isn't really normal behavior for most of us.
No.
And
unless you're a bat, of
it
course.
looks like zombie. It turns out that this guy is a vampire. I think he says a 5th generation vampire in here. So they're coming after him. But things are not as they seem.
No.
A lot of these stories, they have twist endings. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we can't give it away. You got to look in the comic book.
Right. You think they're the predators, and he's locked in the house, and they're trying to break in. But possibly this could be kind of reversed.
Yeah.
So again, not giving away the ending, but all the stories in this issue are really terrific.
Yep.
One fine Halloween comic and another triumph for Ken Leach.
Here's that Larry Blake page here. Oop. There's Larry up in the corner. Larry Blake's.
That's Larry himself. And I think this is from this year.
This year, you think?
Yeah, 2022. I
mean, I haven't seen Larry do much.
Here he signs it right here, and it's 2022.
That's great. That's great.
The count.
Yeah.
Remember the count from what was that, the old Muppet Show or something?
And it's Larry Blake because he puts in a little Kiss right here.
Yeah, Kiss has to be in there somewhere.
That's his favorite band.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
That band will never retire. They keep talking about retiring. They did a final tour, I think, like 10 or 15 years ago with all the original lineup. And, it was huge. They had huge special effects, fireworks, explosions and everything. And then 2 years later, they started touring again. So all these people paid all this money to see this final concert.
Yeah. They don't quit. It's kind of like the Rolling Stones. They just keep rolling along.
They're going to keep rolling until they're just bones.
Yep.
And they're close to being bones right now, especially Keith Richards. But
Keith Richards has been dead for a number of years. He just doesn't know it.
At least since the 70s.
Yeah, he has no idea. But if he ever finds out, it'll be sad.
Yeah. There's artwork in here by Verl Bond and some cartoons written by Ken Leach. And our pal Verl Bond does a magnificent
let me get to that page. Oh yeah, right there.
It shows how a vampire drinks a Coke right there. Just puncture that can and there you go. So yeah. I always love his artwork. It's realistic. It's realistic. It doesn't have a lot of shading or whatever technique.
No, it's very linear, but very realistic.
But always
Now
always
here's
a
some art
pleasure to
by
see his
Ken
artwork.
Leach. Ken Leach did this.
Ken himself.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good story too.
Yeah, the
Paid companion.
paid
Let me see if I can
companion.
find it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But look
Let
at
me
the
see.
artwork. Very nice. Not only does he publish a great comic, he's a great cartoonist.
Okay, I have to correct you a little bit. I'm sorry about this,
What
but
I
that
do?
artwork is, I can tell when I looked at it. That's by Louisa Felix.
Where?
Um, but
Companion?
Paid
Story
Companion
and
was
lettering and art.
Story and Art by Louisa Felix, but
But it's
Ken revised the artwork. He did the
okay.
lettering
Well, he says lettering and art script revisions by Ken
by
Leach.
Ken Leach. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a great combination. So I guess
Yeah, you can see her influence there, and then maybe he has touched it up. I don't know.
yeah. I think a lot of the inks here and stuff. I think that's Ken Leach.
Okay, because yeah, it's you're right.
But he's a
Uh,
talented guy, and it's good to see him publishing again. Here's a story in here by Jim Main, Grim Jim,
yeah,
Night
right here. He did the
Night
story here.
of the Batman.
Hmm.
Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
So,
Not
and this
not
is a
not Batman. This is
no, the
Batman.
Bat Dash Man.
Man. Yeah. But it does look a
The
lot like
original.
Batman.
Yep, yep. And they have the bat signal, and
The bat signal's right
you see
there.
the commissioner. He's activating the bat signal.
Yeah.
Story by Jim Main, Ralph's by pencils by Ralph Ellis Miley, inks by Gary Webb, letters again by Ken Leach. That's what I'm telling you. Ken Leach is a heck of a letterer. He's a
All
heck of
right.
an artist too.
Here.
In this
That.
particular story, they ask for a Batman. Yeah, that's what they get. They get this Batman.
Yeah. I was trying to show if without let me see. This is
Oh,
that
blood.
is Ken Leach.
This is 100% Ken Leach. You
Yeah,
got that right.
there.
And
Yeah.
it shows his distinctive, almost undergroundy style.
I love that style. Yeah. Very
Great
cool.
inks, and this is a crazy story. Everything comes together here. See, if Ken does it all himself, it's a knockout. So yeah, blood bugs right here.
Funny story.
Yeah, so he's got like these crazed mosquitoes come along. We have an artist here who's trying to get the story done. He's done the pencils, but it's a lot of work doing the inks. You ever been there, Larned? You ever been there?
Yeah, many times.
Trying to get it done, going, okay.
Okay, now I gotta draw it all over again with ink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these crazy mosquitoes just pop up out of nowhere. And
don't they get into his India ink?
Yeah, they get into his India ink and they suck up all the ink. And they jump in and they help out with the lettering.
You know, I thought about that, but I'm not that crazy about mosquitoes, you know?
Yep.
I thought maybe they could help out with some lettering, but I decided against that. Apparently this guy did not.
Apparently they did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
based on what I can see there, they did a pretty good job.
Yep.
In the very end, the inks end up the inks turn red in the end, and
there's the red ink.
What else happened?
Yeah.
They are bloodsuckers after all.
Yeah,
true. Kind of the overall theme of the issue with Lugosi and everything. It's mostly all about vampires.
Yeah.
So under the cover, we got the vampire and the two ducks.
This one is $7. This is issue number 8, $7.
Totally.
And you can't go wrong. I don't know the page count. I don't think it says, maybe in the front.
It looks like you have 40 pages, maybe.
At least.
30 to 40, maybe, no, more than 30. It's got to be about 40.
More than 30, yeah. Anyway, plenty of stuff in here to read for $7. You can't go wrong. I mean, it's very cool.
Love vampires. And anyway, Ken Leach has been around for a while, and he's as great as ever, if not better. So
Yep.
he even got Steve Shipley. The stuff that Steve Shipley did is it says 2022.
So
So
that's
it's a
new
mixture of
too.
some reprints and a lot of new stuff,
New stuff.
a new cover, and great zine.
Yep. All right. What do we got next?
It's like Yeet's coming up
Oh,
here.
yeah. This is Halloween. You see that?
Utterly Halloween.
That's
It says so on the front.
the YEET Halloween special, number 53. 53.
53. Unbelievable.
That's important. 53 Yeets.
Published by Mike Jones. And with a lot of the people who do work for Yeet, there are a lot of great artists and writers and stuff. Well, some of them are small press, some of them are pros, and but every issue, and it's amazing because it comes out every once or 2 months, but it's always packed full of great comics.
Yeah, it really is. It's produced by Cost of Paper. Yeet is produced by Cost of Paper.
Cost of Paper?
That's the name of their publishing arm, I guess.
Okay, Cost. Yeah, I see it now. Cost of Paper.
Cost of Paper. I just wanted to give you an idea right here, right in the beginning. Look at that artwork. That story. It's not a joke. It's a really serious story, and illustrated. I mean, this is illustrated like unbelievably. Look at that house.
Right, I was looking at that.
And the strip mall there. Look at the artwork.
Yeah, a lot of detail. The detail.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And it tells us it's a mystery story. So I'm not going to give anything away on this. It's very well done, very well written. I mean, you think you're kind of in a movie reading this. It's really well done.
Yeah, and it's because it's real life. It doesn't go where you expect it to go.
It's unexpected.
It's like a detective story. You're waiting for the climax. You don't really get the climax, but
not
you get
right
the
away.
Story, and it's a mystery.
And here's some more of the artwork.
The artwork is by Ken Bastard. I guess it's Bastard. You know.
Yeah, I was going to look up his name here.
Ken Bastard. The story is by Bob Kroll.
You know, that could be pronounced a different way.
It could be pronounced Bastard. It looks like bastard. But you know, I don't know if that's his real name.
What are these horse playing around, kidding around?
Possibly a pseudonym. Possibly a pseudonym. Out of respect, I'm saying Bastard. But
B-A-S-T-A-R-D.
Yeah, well, he's no slouch. He does great work.
Boy, he's an excellent artist.
And I mean, even to the last page, and I'm not giving anything away by showing the last.
Look
page.
at the house. Look at the house. Yeah.
The detail.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Look at that beat up old car, and that. I mean, this is
then
gorgeous.
You go from that kind of detail, right into this kind of thing. The artwork in this book is amazing. Look at this.
Wayne Shadow. Oh, this one is superb also. This one is written by Lloyd Smith, illustrated by Ian Groff.
Look at that artwork.
Looks kind of like Al Williamson artwork, old, like when he did Flash Gordon for back in the 60s. I forget the name of that group because, sometimes you forget stuff. How much stuff can you possibly remember?
This is a pretty cool story. Because it's Wayne's shadow.
Wayne's shadow. Now, Wayne is suffering from a serious disease that he's incapacitated. He's in the hospital. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
So while he's there, the doctor's attending him, and his wife is, she's getting very close to the doctor.
Okay, and you were saying just a second ago?
Yeah, Wayne. The story's called Wayne's Shadow, and Wayne is he's got a serious disease. He can't get out of bed. He can't do anything. I mean, he's pretty much a vegetable. And while he's in bed, the doctor
It's fooling
is
around.
yeah, is fooling
Yeah,
around with Wayne's wife.
yeah,
And Wayne he's like angry about it, but he can't do anything because he's completely incapacitated.
right.
So he wanders off into a deep sleep.
Yeah, right down
What?
here.
Hey, where'd you get that from? Oh, that's an actual
Yeah,
little
that's
stick with a
my
finger.
pointer. I forgot I had it, so I wanted to use it there. That's in that. See right there? That's
Huh?
Wayne's shadow, right
Wayne's
there.
Shadow.
Yeah. No, yeah. This thing is kind of neat because look at that. You can
You
kind
can
of
pick
pick
your
your own
nose with
nose
it.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it comes in handy. Look at that.
I like that.
Yeah. Not only does it point, it picks.
Pretty darn handy if you ask me.
Yeah.
So so Wayne is
So
sleeping.
yes, I've
But
lost
what
my
happens?
page.
His
Wayne,
shadow
but
wakes
his
up.
shadow wakes up. Bingo. The shadow will
The
do what
shadow
Wayne
knows.
can't do. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
look at that, that's pretty intense. The shadow
Yeah.
attacks the doctor and the wife,
Yep.
and he well he kills them.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And without getting to the
And
very end,
Wayne didn't do a thing. He's in bed.
yeah, he's in bed. He's imagining all this,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not imag. No, he's not imagining it.
No,
It's actually happening. His
happening.
shadow has escaped from his body and done what
Hmm.
he secretly wanted to do himself.
But their corpses do not cast a shadow.
Right, that's the thing. That's the thing that's really weird about it. His shadow escapes, but their
Yeah,
shadows are gone.
they're gone.
So they're dead, but they have no shadows.
No shadow.
Yeah, really cool story. Really cool story. Um,
Here's a nice piece of artwork by Rob Cox.
Nosferatu again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
nice.
that saved. The movie Nosferatu. I have an uncut version of that saved
Yeah.
to my computer that shows. I mean, this movie came out what 19. What was it?
Oh, well,
1915,
yeah.
1920. What was it?
Was
Way
silent
back.
film?
1922. Yeah, it was a silent film,
Yeah.
and it was the first. It was actually the first version of Dracula.
Hmm.
It was a pretty faithful adaptation of Dracula by Bram Stoker, but because there was a copyright at the time, they changed all the names. And they changed him to Nosferatu, which means something like creature of the night or something like that. And yeah,
Pretty
so that's
cool.
a classic film all these years later. And once in a while you see in these different the Halloween issues of you see Nosferatu, who
Oh
had his
yeah, a lot.
fingers right in the middle. They were
Yeah.
right in the middle. They weren't here and here like canines. They were right in the middle. But it was scary. If you watch the old movie, it's still effective somehow. 100 years later, a
It's
hundred years
amazing.
later, and this movie is still creepy.
Yep. Now here's a art by Kent Clark, words and letters by Shane Luttrell.
Our pal Shane Luttrell, um, and this is great for the
Yeah.
people in the Romanian village of Bustani in 1891. Uh, they believed in monsters, and
Hmm.
there were cattle and other creatures being killed.
But
But
this
it
guy
says,
with
as you're
the
showing there, it says there are no monsters because
right, that the
one
guy,
guy,
yeah, the guy with the big mustache. He said, "You are full of baloney.
yeah,
There's
he
no
don't believe in
monsters."
monsters.
Mm-mm. Nope.
His name is Della or
Yeah, but.
Della, like rhymes with Bela, like to me it's
Hmm.
Dela. Um, but he goes off in search
Yeah, he goes
of
off hunting.
mhm,
He goes off
While he was
hunting.
killing the livestock, and what does he find?
Well, it's not exactly a monster as we would know a monster, but I don't think we ought to tell them what they find.
Okay, we won't tell him.
We won't tell them because it's very cool and a very nice artwork.
And the
And I really
endings,
like his style a lot.
as you know, like we mentioned earlier, these twist endings happen in horror stories.
Yeah.
Twist endings are very common, and you don't quite expect what's coming at the end. He goes off in search of the monster to prove that it's not a monster.
Yeah.
And this one is tough not to give away
No,
because
you don't want to give it
really,
away though, because
it's
it's
a
pretty
really
good.
cool ending.
Pretty good, yeah.
So
I
I find myself looking over here. Remind me to look at the camera. The camera's my picture's over here in the corner, so I'm looking at myself, but I should be looking
at the camera.
here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
know what
great.
else I
Great
wanted
story.
to say about Yeet. If you remember, if you've seen other copies of Yeet, half of the book was always upside down,
Mm-hmm.
and that was okay.
Flip it
I
over.
like it better. It's all straight up. The whole book you just read straight through. You don't have to
Right.
turn it upside down anymore or any of that.
Yeah. You don't have to flip it over anymore to see the other half
No,
of the book.
no, the other
Which is cool. I mean, that was a cool
regular
trick for a
back
while.
page, regular
Ooh,
back page.
That's a nice back cover. Who did that?
Oh, that I don't know. It probably says
I
here.
like it. It's very cartoony. It should say in the
Yeah.
front, the back cover, Jeremy Daniel Clark.
Very cartoony.
Very nice in full color.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rusty Gilligan.
Oh yeah.
Here's a guy I've known.
Rusty Gilligan.
Been watching for a long time.
Yeah.
Rusty Gilligan has a story here. Watch Out Behind You. This is a very ominous title.
Yeah.
For
There's
a
the
Halloween
artwork.
issue.
There's the artwork from that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It goes off into outer. These people go off in outer space.
Outer space. Yeah, this is a science fiction scary. But I like right here in this panel, or I think I have my finger. Notice the guy there with the nose, glasses, and mustache.
Yeah. Little Groucho thing going on there.
Yeah, yeah. I have a pair of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody does. But he's wearing them.
Yeah, and the lady to the left of him is wearing a mask.
I guess they're at a costume party.
But they're kind of irreverent. They're going off to deliver supplies, okay, to another planet, and they decide to have a little party
Little party before they go.
And things get interesting. The captain, who sort of acts like William Shatner, he says captain's log, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And he meets this gorgeous lady on this other planet. And she's so gorgeous. I like what he did with the word balloons here. She's talking in the background, but he's not even listening to what she's talking about.
He's thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking like, she's really gorgeous, and he can't even see what she's saying. What he's thinking dominates there, okay?
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's
Very
a pretty
clever.
creative idea. That's pretty funny. So, that was a cool story, too.
That's a neat story.
Oh, my gosh. The next story. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, this one right here.
Uh-huh.
That story. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's hanging on the
He's
side
on
of a mountain.
right on the side of
high.
that cliff when the story starts.
And this says, the story's kind of till death Dooley's part. Dooley's part. What is his name? Dooley? Anyway, I'm not sure about
let me look at that again. Till death, Dooley's part.
Dooley's parts. I guess his name is Dooley. I missed it the first time. But here's a guy. well, actually, his name is Devin, and his wife's name is Drusilla.
Drusilla. Yeah.
And you know, this guy, you know, I guess you meet someone, you fall in love, and a little while later, it's not.
I mean,
It's not what you thought it would be.
yeah, he's a little on the thin side.
Yeah, he's a little unhappy, and she looks like she's eating like five or six of guys the same size as him.
Yeah, yeah, along with a number of McDonald's hamburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not happy with him. She thinks he's a wimp.
No, he's not.
He's a wimp, and he's not a man, and all she does is berate him.
Raking him over the coals all through this, you know. And he's not thrilled with that.
So he decides he's going to prove that he can be a new man.
Right.
He's going to prove it to her. That's how he ended up on the cliffside.
Mm-hmm.
So he's up there on the cliff, but something happens, and I really can't go further than
we can't go any further than that page.
Yeah, right there. Something occurs while he's up there on the side of the cliff.
Yeah, this is as far as we can show you without ruining the entire thing.
But the ending, I mean, you think, okay, this is a cool twist ending, but then I will tell you this: when you think the story's over, there's another ending. So get ready for that, and it's worth the purchase price. And you know what? The purchase price is what? Like $5?
It's unbelievable. It's $5 as far as I know. I think it's $5.
They have a Patreon page and everything, but for what you get here, it is beyond worth that. It's well worth
It's a Patreon page, but you don't pay $5 a month. You pay $5 an issue.
Yeah.
It's a Patreon page that does not charge by the month.
Yeah, they generally comes out every month or every 2 months.
Yeah, and you pay by the issue.
Yeah, and you can subscribe as we did, but basically it's available on Patreon, and I guess Larned is going to put the ordering info down below. But
yeah, I will.
Excellent,
and that. At the end of that story, there's all the credits.
Right.
For the story.
Yeah, they're funny too.
Kind of a nice touch.
Blah, blah, blah. Come on, get to the end of the credits. Hurry up. Seriously, this sucks. No more, please. I can't read it anyway. You're scrolling the info too fast, so what's the point?
Yeah. It's like a movie where they have the credits, and it's like this.
And it goes on and on and on.
There you go. Yeah.
And this is followed by a story with art by the publisher, which is Mike Jones. Artwork by the publisher, Mike Jones.
Oh, there's one in between. There's just an illustration here by Warren Muzak. It's kind of nice. Yeah, not that.
Oh yeah, well that's
this one. Yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Muzak. Warren Muzak. Yeah, that's a wild, sinister type of illo. This guy has like goat hooves.
Goat feet. Yeah.
Yeah, and horns, but under a stocking cap. And yeah, that's pretty awesome too. Everything is, you guys, if you don't know about YEET, you need to check them out. YEET Presents. They've got the finest work of the finest people you've really ever seen in small amongst the finest. I've seen a lot of great people, great artists and creators.
They have a bunch of contributors that are all excellent.
Yeah, and the story September of Wolves, the one that I was just mentioning, drawn by Mike Jones, is written by William Messner-Loebs, the great professional writer, and William and Nadine Messner-Loebs. So I guess that's his wife. And this is a text story. If you read to it,
it's all text, but
it's not overly long. So you comment, guys, you don't want to read text. This one's not too long, but it's darn interesting and darn gripping. You got this guy, this wolf rider, comes into this village, and there's a lady being burned at the stake for being a werewolf. So as it goes on, you find out she's not she may not really be the werewolf. You see, there's a transformation scene going on here. Great art by Mike Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And it so, and I like this panel too. This art by Mike.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's cool. You see the werewolf dripping
Mm-hmm.
blood there, and he's ready for battle. So that's an exciting story.
Kind of interesting. It says to be continued at the end.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
This isn't the end. This story
is not the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking it ends kind of abruptly. Then I saw it to be continued.
Continued. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and then we go to the frozen monster,
which is cool. Reminds you of like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, where the Frankenstein monster and the Wolfman were frozen in ice.
Marco Joe does pencils and inks on this, and Len Mihalovic does the story and lettering. Once again, more cartoonists and writers I haven't seen before.
Right.
Look how good he is.
Always seeing something new in the YEET Presents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great stuff in here. I mean, it's really, really a lot of excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Another story. There's another artist here, Marcello Rosmini. He does a couple of stories in here, but he's No Place Like Home. That one.
Yeah.
And I never heard of him before.
But look at that artwork.
But it's really cool.
Yeah.
And you got a guy here who somehow has acquired the ability to transfer from one place to another. Like if he's in danger at one place, he transfers to another place. But what happens when he transferred to the other place? For instance, he's got a dinosaur coming after him here, so he doesn't know where to go because every time he transfers,
it gets worse.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Oh yeah, he has a heck of a time. Yeah.
Excuse me, where's my water? I got a little bit of I got allergies and I got a little bit of congestion.
Okay, and then at the end of the book, we have comments, letters, comments, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of books have. And what a book! What a comic!
Book. Every issue of YEET Presents. We highly recommend YEET Presents. Contact Mike Jones, but Shane Luttrell was the one who first got me interested in it.
Yeah, Shane.
He was sending me messages and saying check it out, and so I did, and I'm very thankful to Shane. You changed my life, my friend.
I don't know how many pages it is, but it's thick. It's quite a few.
Yeah, again, the pages aren't numbered.
No, but it's quite a few.
Yeah, great issue. The Halloween special.
Yep. Okay, I guess we both have the same one next.
We got one more.
One more to go through, and it's 200 pages.
200 pages long.
200 pages.
A monster of a zine. It's
Bad magazine number 3.
It's like it's not digest size, but it's not full size. But
no, it's not full size, but it's
thick,
full color. 200 pages, full color.
From our pal Dan Burke.
Dan Burke.
I've known.
And a lot of work in here from Allen Freeman also. Writing and he writes a lot of it.
Who did that cover? Was that Dan or Allen?
Oh, that's Dan. I'm pretty sure that's Dan.
Yeah, there's a lot of work by Dan, a lot of work by Allen Freeman, another old pal. Allen, since we had we all went out for Angus burgers at this restaurant in was it 1986 and 87 at the Chicago Comic Convention.
Did you buy?
No, everybody, it was a la carte. Everybody paid themselves. But there was
Remind me not to go out to lunch with you.
Right. There was a huge small press presence in 1986 and 1987 at the Chicago Comic Convention. And we popped into the place across the street. There was a restaurant across the street. And everybody ordered these Angus burgers. And
Mm.
there was, I don't know, how many was it? The first time there was like 15 of us, and the second time, the next year, like 20 of us.
Wow.
But Allen Freeman was there, and
Hmm.
oh gosh, I can't think right now. There's so many people.
Well,
Jim Pack. Jim
oh,
Pack was there.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
I know who he is. Yeah. Um,
Yep. Doug Halverson. A lot of people who were around back then, and most of them are still around right now. I
yeah,
mean, Allen is just
Alan is very
an
busy,
awesome talent.
very busy.
Um,
What I was going to say is this is Bad Magazine, and it started out as a parody of Mad Magazine, and it still has a little bit of that quality, but it's kind of taken on a life of its own.
yep.
Mad Magazine is kind of its own magazine now, although you will see in it hints of Mad Magazine. For
Yep.
instance, the
Here and
story
there.
here, written by Alan Freeman and art by Dan Burke,
You know,
looks
that's
like
just, I
a
know what it is. I
yeah,
was looking at the same one.
it looks like a Mad Magazine type story.
Right.
Look where the word boxes are all across the top like that.
Mhm.
That's Mad Magazine, and
And this is the Great Flabowski,
yeah. And
based
you know,
on
I'm very disappointed because I don't think
Big
I've ever
Lebowski.
seen the Great Lebowski movie. So I maybe didn't
Uh,
get all the parody here because I never saw the doggone movie.
I saw the movie. It was really
Everybody has seen it, but I'm one of these days I'm
the
gonna
Big
look it
Lebowski.
up and
Big Lebowski. So,
yeah, the Big Lebowski. But that's what
yeah,
this
but it's
is, a
very
parody of
accurate.
that. Yeah.
You got the John Goodman character. You got
Yep.
the Jeff Bridges character, and you got Steve, whatever, Buscemi. And I mean, it looks just like the original characters. But
I
this
was
movie was,
wondering, was the guy with the cowboy hat and the big mustache, was he in the movie or did they
yeah, he
add
was in the
him?
movie too.
He
What was
was?
his
Okay.
name? Was that, I can't remember his name right now. I'm looking right up.
That's not Sam Elliott, is it?
That's it.
Sam Elliott
I
with the
think
big
that's Sam
mustache?
Elliott. Sam
Okay.
Elliott
Yeah.
looks just like him. I actually don't remember, was he in the original movie or
That's
not.
what I don't know. See, I don't know, but
I don't remember
sure
seeing
looks
him. He
like
may
Sam
have been.
Elliott here.
But this is hilarious. And one thing, Jeff, um, Jeff Bridges played the dude, and here they
Yeah.
call him the Rude.
Yeah.
Here he is right here, and he sees a speech on television, and if you saw the original movie by George W. Bush, and George W. Bush is saying, "This aggression will not stand." So sometimes, and he says it right here, this aggression will not stand. Or in the movie, he says, "This aggression will not stand, man." So if somebody stands and gets in his way, he just throws that out at him. Um,
It's the Flabowski here.
Flabowski, Mr.
Flabowski. Yeah.
Flabowski.
Hmm. That's him right there, sitting there
Yeah,
in the bowling alley.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Jeff, the John Goodman character, kind of goes crazy somewhere along the line. Uh, he goes off script and starts he starts shooting people's brains out and stuff. It wouldn't be normally funny unless it was drawn by Dan Burke.
Yeah, and written by Alan. Yeah.
Right, right. And I do want to say this. We love. I mean, if you look at this issue, it's
It
90% computer generated artwork and stuff.
yeah, this is a mid-journey type artwork for most of it.
Yeah,
But
Mobius based on
if you're not
Mobius.
familiar with Mid-Journey, you type in what you want the picture to be, and then it will draw the picture. But to do what Dan Burke does is not that easy.
For
He
this
apparently does
issue,
a tremendous
200
amount of work.
pages, 200
200
pages
pages.
is
Yeah.
this is magnificent. It's really
Yeah.
magnificent.
A
I do
lot
want to
of it
say,
is, parodies of ads and things like that,
yeah,
but it's all color.
full color. OJ, that's
OJ,
another one. The
OJ,
OJ Simpson thing there
blood away.
is pretty
OJ's
hilarious.
blood away.
Yep.
It makes blood disappear, which
Okay,
OJ probably, come in handy for him. But there's
There's a
all, I
lot of
mean,
violence in this issue, friends, but
yeah,
it's all hilarious violence.
I mean, it's just, there's so much in here. You know, we can't
Mhm.
show it all, but, and the artwork, like this green guy here, that's Mid-Journey. I think he even does backgrounds in Mid-Journey. Cars, here's a
Mhm.
car. And to do that in Mid-Journey, it sounds
That's
simple. You
amazing.
just type in a few words. Wrong. To get it to do these kind of things, I'd really like to talk to Dan to find out how he does it. Really.
Well, I got to show you this. Early on, you find out that there was a bad world.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
world. It's like
Yeah.
Disney World,
Yeah.
extremely complicated. They go into this in detail at several places in the book. They keep coming back to it. But
Hmm.
apparently, the first night that it opened, for one thing, the opening is 2 feet wide. There's only one way to get in and one way to get out. And this place is huge, you know, it's like Disney
Yeah.
World, but it's bad world, which means everything is kind of bad. Everything, most of it is all, uh, you know, you're going in at your own risk and you're probably not going to get out. And
Yeah.
that's it.
There it is.
Look at
Now,
that.
look
That's
at
a
that.
panoramic view
Yeah.
of bad world. Talking about pulling out all the
Look
stops.
at that. I mean,
Look at the bottom.
yeah.
You're here. That's the
Yeah.
entrance.
That's where you go
You're
in.
way up in
And you
here.
go up to
Way
the
up in here.
top.
Forget it. There's only one way out.
Hmm. Oh my gosh.
And I don't think I'm giving away too much here
No.
because,
No.
but what happens is,
Here's
well,
some
there's
other
big
views of
well, the
landscape
tragedy.
type thing.
It's satellite photos. They
Yeah.
get burned. The
Yeah.
place catches on fire, and the entire place burns down.
Oh,
And it's more
oh
than
man.
6,000 people all die. And the first thing they decide to do after that is create a new bad world, you know, to replace it, and it's going to be on the planet Mars. So if you missed the first bad world, you can possibly take a rocket ship, you know, end up on Mars and catch the next one.
Yeah.
And
Now here's something I like for Christmas. Right here. Um, if I can hold it. Oh
get
boy,
wasted
it's
with
hard to
Santa.
hold.
Excuse me.
Okay. Now, Merry Christmas, get wasted with Santa.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, get ripped with Saint Nick. Um, drunk Santa greetings cards. I think
Yep.
those come in pretty handy for
There
a
you
lot of
go.
folks. Yeah,
Merry Christmas. Get blotto with Santa.
there you go.
Yeah.
And get
Get effed up with Santa. You know, shoot faced again.
yeah. So
Yeah, greatest Christmas cards ever.
yeah, and
These
they
guys
have
are too
numerous
much.
ones over here. Yep,
Passed out drunk again.
unbelievable.
Yeah, Santa, you know, maybe this is the day after Christmas. Maybe Santa's a little worn out and he wants a
Yeah,
relief, and so he goes overboard.
but
Uh,
there is no way we can show all the things that are in this 200 pages,
200
full
pages.
color, crazy illustrations, funny writing. You know, Alan does some of the writing, and it's just funny. I
Monster of a
mean,
zine. Do
you
you
can't.
remember the Charles Atlas ads in the old
Oh
comics?
yeah, that's in there.
Where the guy
If
got
you got it,
sand
show
tipped
it
in his
because I
face?
can't find it
He,
again.
he
But
went off and worked.
there he
This
is.
one is I am Snarls at last. Snarls
Yeah,
at last.
yeah,
The guy's mistreated by this bully on the beach, and you know, the girl thinks, well, you're not much of a man. Now, in the Charles Atlas ads, you may remember, he goes off and he works out. He follows the Charles Atlas workout method. So I'm looking at myself again. I got to look at the camera.
yeah,
Um, and he comes back and he defeats the bad guy. In this particular version, he starts to do that. He comes back to defeat the bad guy. But guess what? The bad guy has also discovered these Charles Atlas methods.
Wrong bad guy.
Yeah, so you know, the lady, unlike the Charles Atlas ads, she ends up
She
with the
goes
bad
off
guy
a
after
bad
all.
guy anyway.
Yeah, so
It's just an amazing book.
200
And
pages of utter madness.
yeah, and we'll put the info how to get it in the description, so you can see how to get it.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what Bad 4 would be like.
I mean, it's it's kind of a masterpiece. It's a
Yeah, it really
masterpiece.
is. Yeah.
With all the computer generated artwork and everything. I mean, I love Dan's pen and ink art.
Yeah.
And Allen Freeman as well. I love their pen and ink artwork. This is a different sort of excursion.
Yeah, this is different.
I hope they'll not abandon the pen and ink work, because I find that extremely impressive, and it's they're both great in that respect.
Here's a picture of Alan and Dan right here.
Yeah, that's them. I've met both of them, and that's exactly how they look.
That's how they look. Yeah, I've met Alan. That's how he looks. And they're in here. That was just before the ad for Charles Atlas type stuff.
Yeah, a few steroids maybe on top of that.
Yeah. Conor McGregor right here. If you know who Conor McGregor is, a USC fighter, he's right there. It doesn't look like Conor has a beard in this one, but he usually does. So
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice his neck in the black and white.
Yeah.
That I think that's from an injury.
Yeah.
Anyway, what a book. 200 pages, and
too much. It's almost too much. It's an overload.
Yeah, it'll overload your brain in a few minutes.
Well, not a few minutes. It took me 2 nights to read it. Book.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I
was reading every detail, fascinated.
Yeah, and there is a lot. You could spend. I know it would take me. I have not read the whole thing, and I know it'll take me a long time.
Harvey Weinstein, a cutout doll.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you can put on various.
The girls are gonna love that.
Weinstein's outfit.
Yeah, if you wear that, the girls are really gonna like it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, wow.
And Alan, you guys are brilliant.
Yep.
It's a little expensive though.
Yeah,
expensive, guys.
Yeah, this is not cheap. But I mean, we can tell the price. $25.
$25.
Yeah. But
it's a big book.
It's a big book, and it's full color all the way through. I can't imagine what it costs to produce this. It must have been very, very expensive. But yeah, funny stuff.
But it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the amount of work that went into that, I can't even imagine. Can't imagine it. Yep. I can't draw 3 or 4 panels.
This is a one of a kind zine. I can't imagine. I don't know how they're going to follow this up.
I don't know either. They're going to have to do something.
The next one going to be twice the size and $50.
He'll probably go the other way, but
I can only afford so much to pay.
Yeah,
for a comic book.
$1,000 comic book. But
but yeah, great job, guys.
Really good.
Bad
really
magazine.
Good. Yeah. So I think that's all we have for this episode, and if you're a creator, send us your comics. 1 to Steve, 1 to me. Our addresses will be in the description, and we'll get you on the show. And I don't know if that'll help you or hurt you, but we will get you on the show.
It's always fun to see other people reviewing your comics. I know I appreciate it,
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we try to. We're here to encourage. We're not here to get.
No, we don't.
Obviously, we're not here to get free zines. We're here to encourage and promote small press and talented people like yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm actually right now. I'm going to be busy for the next couple of weeks working on
Oh,
the new UFO newsletter,
oh, okay.
Tetragrammaton
Yeah.
Fragments. This is number 268. That's a pretty high number, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll do it for one more year, and then
Mm-hmm.
somebody else is going to have to take over because
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot
A lot of
older,
work. A lot of work.
a lot of work, and I'm older, and I want to break. I want to have time to go to the beach and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But yeah, I'm working on that one.
With the hurricanes that you have down there, the beach may come to you.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Especially if I'm at the beach, it might overwhelm me. Um, but yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm semi-retired, but not really retired.
Yeah.
And but I want to cut back a little bit on stuff like that, but not on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We want to
we're
do
going to
more
keep
of this.
doing, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to keep doing plenty of this.
Yeah. We enjoy it. We have fun in doing it. I like editing it, and there's not too much to edit, but a little bit. And so, like I say, be sure and leave a comment. We'll try and answer them. And always touch Boris's nose when we're
Rub his
finished.
hair for good luck.
Rub his hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to sign off before we get totally silly. And we will see you next time. Well, hello, and welcome to episode 35 of Talking Small Press Comics with Steve Keeter and myself, Elf on a Shelf. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yep.
And as you can see, we have spared no expense on the Christmas decorations for this episode.
This is true. I do
Yeah,
have over
absolutely.
here.
Listen.
Yeah, look, he spared no expense. I just wore a red hat. It just
Well,
says
he's got a red hat, yeah. So anyway, this is our Christmas show, which means absolutely nothing special, but that looked good.
It did look good. It's kind of Gomer Pyle.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. What do I want to talk about? Yeah. There's so many ways. There's so many,
There.
Any way you wear this hat, you look like a dope. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, you could probably say that if you didn't have the hat on.
Yeah. Let's get rid of it. But anyway.
Well, I'm not taking mine off because it's Christmas.
No, it looks darn good on you. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm darn envious.
All right, let's see. What do you want to do first? I got one we could do first.
Okay.
How about Infinity Team from Adam Rodriguez?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Adam Rodriguez, well, we love the guy, He's
one of our favorite people.
And he has got the zaniest. He's got this is a super sort of a team.
Yeah. Now, here's the interesting thing here right away. This says Infinity Team number 1. However,
number 5.
There are
number 1, $5. Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3 more Infinity Teams that he's done.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is older before these, but I don't think so. Anyway, this says number 1, but I don't think it is. But anyway, that's okay.
Maybe they started in a different title or whatever.
Because here, let me just read what he says. The continuing Tales of Infinity Team has been a story that had been shelved for too long. In the story's long hiatus, I've built a bevy of heroes and villains to introduce to the world. This is a continuation of the 4-part series Day of the Anarch, which ended with the death of Saws
and Claws,
Apocalypse Rabbit, Dennis the Obliterator, and the beloved Santa Claus.
Yeah, Saws and
Santa Claus is dead. which is
It's a
always
sad
fun.
thing.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I can't think of a better way, a better Christmas story,
Than a
something
dead
for
Santa
a
Claus.
few days before Christmas, than a comic where Santa Claus is
Santa
dead.
Claus is dead.
Christmas cheer abounds.
Now we pick up the story just after the jolly old elf has been recently mourned, and Infinity
Yeah.
Team struggles to find a hero
But it's not so
worthy of
bad.
his replacement.
Right, but
Keep
Santa,
your eyes peeled for more sweet superhero action. Cheers.
the
Adam
thing is,
Rodriguez.
Santa is dead. But if you read this, Santa is talking with whoever this other lady is. It's
Saws.
with
This is
Saws.
Saws. They're both
And
dead.
he says, well, they're at the River Styx. What is
Yeah.
it, the River Styx, where you can pay the guy to go across the river to the
Yeah.
land of the dead or not?
So they're not, I mean, they're dead, but not quite dead the way we would think of dead.
They're in limbo.
Yeah, they're kind of not, they're kind of sort of dead.
And I thought this was really cool because you're supposed to pay the boatman to go across the River Styx.
Yeah.
And Saws, she pays him, and you can see she's paying him with a couple of coins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Santa, and I thought this was kind of cute. He pays with a couple of
Or, mints.
mints,
Couple
Christmas
mints.
mints.
Candy mints, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Santa also says that this isn't the first time he's died. He's died 4 times.
see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So when
Yeah.
Adam says he's dead, not exactly the same dead as we are used to.
You can't keep a good Santa Claus down.
Yeah,
You
right.
can't.
But for this
I wouldn't
issue,
count him out.
he's not in it any longer. Meanwhile, in the world of the living, it goes on, which is on this page, right
Yeah.
over here.
Mhm.
This is the world of the living going on, and this is Infinity Team has to replace Santa Claus, and I
Yep.
guess they would have to replace Saws also. She was part of the team, I believe.
Yeah. But they're building a team. They're up against a great menace.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We'll show you the menace in a page or two here because they are spelled
Yeah.
out. But there is
quite a
a guy that wants to, well, they want him to apply for the job. His name is Twang.
Twang. He's an archer, by
Twang.
golly.
Yeah. And there he is there.
There he is.
But
Twang the archer.
Twang, not thrilled with doing this at all.
Looks kind of like Larned a little bit right there with a hat
Yeah.
on. Different hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not sure if that wasn't patterned after me or not, but it might have been. But Twang is not going to go for this. He's not going to join the team, I don't think.
No, they're having a hard time with him. He's kind of
Yeah.
standover. I don't team up with corporate hacks. He calls them corporate hacks.
Corporate hacks, yeah.
Mhm.
So another member of the team there, Eagle, you can
Mhm.
see here with the helmet, that's Eagle.
Yeah. Looks like Hawkman a little bit.
Yeah, he's wondering why Twang didn't join, but he didn't want to. So
This is cool because Adam, he introduces a lot of characters,
yeah,
but in just a few words, in 1 or 2 panels, he gives each character their own personality, and they are distinct personalities. And this is a sign of a darn good writer,
yeah.
you know?
Well,
recognize the characters. Mhm.
he has. We're going to do another comic of his that is really involved in pretty clever writing. But anyway, let's finish this one. Now here's the Fiendish Four. These are the arch enemies right here.
The Fiendish Four.
See them? The Fiendish
Mhm.
Four. That's the arch enemies of the Infinity Team, I believe. And that is Fiddlefam, Infernus, and Billy Redmore.
Yeah, and he shows you each character. One thing I like is that he shows you each character real quick. Once he introduces them, he gives you a quick little
Look at them.
look at each.
And
each
Dr.
character.
Minotaur
The Fiendish
is in
Four.
this panel.
Which panel is that? There he is.
Right here, that's Dr.
Minotaur.
Minotaur. He's part of the Fiendish Four.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, he's part of the Fiendish Four.
They look pretty darn fiendish to me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, and
You can
you
see
know,
him right here.
yeah.
That's the Fiendish Four.
And Adam's artwork is somewhat sketchy, as it always is,
Oh,
but
it is, but
style,
it's
that's his
that's the way he
style.
does it.
But he
It's
tells the
sketchy,
story
it's
well.
fast. I'm sure he does it,
Mhm.
he's getting it down on paper as he thinks of it. And so anyway, if we do go too much farther, we'll give away the story, but it's a complete story in here.
But they got this one guy who's like almost too much. He's like the head bad guy.
Yeah.
He is the
Oh, yeah.
smarty pants.
Smarty Pants. Yeah.
He's just
He
a pair of
introduced him a
pants,
little bit later. So it's
and it's got
Smarty Pants.
like a brain and a globe on top of the pants,
Yeah.
and a couple of mechanical arms.
Adam. Yeah. And it even says Smarty Pants, the bad guy.
Smarty
It
pants.
says that. So you
Yeah.
know that, whoops.
Just a pair of pants and an evil brain. I mean, there you go. That's all it takes to be a supervillain.
He
And,
wants to kill the Infinity Team. That's what he wants.
And the thing is, you look at the bad guys and you look at the good guys. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. This is, okay, now, for instance, there's Furious Chuck. And where is he? I just had it a second ago. My finger was in front of him, but he's one of the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my finger? I'll follow my finger. Right there.
Yeah.
That's
And
one of the good guys.
he does have a character profile of Furious Chuck.
Furious Chuck.
Serious Chuck Yamashiro. So he's got clown makeup on, but he sounds Asian. Loves two things more than anything else in the world. Nunchucks and making people laugh. A clown with nunchucks.
Yeah.
The thing that makes Furious Chuck the absolute angriest is the bad reputation that many of the more sadistic and criminally insane supervillains have given to clowns in general. And yeah, sometimes clowns are cast that way.
I mean, the whole definition of a clown has changed. I mean, over the last several decades, clowns used to be really funny. I mean, I went to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, I don't know, 40 years ago, but clowns were funny.
They were funny.
Nothing happened.
But
they turned evil. This guy's kind of taking it. He looks evil, but he's kind of taking it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you do?
Evil clowns such a tired old cliche, Adam says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been done too much. Now they went too far the other way.
Yeah.
And you can
there
blame
is
Hollywood for that.
Teaser page just for Furious Chuck at the back.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to show that to you. You got to get this. $5.
Yeah.
I didn't count the pages, but and
Adam's comics are wonderful. It's just well worth it, folks.
On the back is a combination of real ads and tongue-in-cheek ads. You have to figure out which ones are real and which ones are the fake.
I like the hallucinogenic licking toad for $5.
Yes, $5 only.
Hallucinogenic licking toad.
Mm-hmm. And for sale, a haunted deep sea diving helmet for $666.
Yeah, but it's haunted. That makes it special.
Yeah.
You want to wear that?
Yeah.
Maybe find a hallucinogenic licking toad down there under the ocean or something.
Then there's a real ad. There's a real ad for a comic shop there. Tribe. But anyway, absolutely wild.
Priceless.
Priceless.
And
we've got another one.
Yeah, he just doesn't stop. I mean, he's never running out of ideas.
Pinocchio and Mr. Hyde.
We've seen
there's a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Mr. Hyde from that, and Pinocchio, the child's story puppet. They are both in here, along with this fellow, who is a remnant from the Rue Morgue.
Murders in the Rue Morgue, that would be the orangutan killer.
Yes,
Or
by
orangutan.
Edgar Allan Poe.
And he even unearths a detective from that story. And here I was
Oh yes, the detective who is, you know, that is
Dupin.
the first detective story, they say. Murders in the Rue Morgue. And he has Augusta Dupin is his name, the detective. Augusta Dupin, I believe.
Yep, he's right here also. But the thing, if you read, he's got a little bit of history, a little bit of backstory somewhere in here in the back. Yeah, he talks about Edgar Allan Poe and how Poe, this character was introduced 50 years before Sherlock Holmes.
Yes,
and it appeared in the Murders in the Rue Morgue. It also reappeared in another. The character also reappeared in another Edgar Allan Poe.
But Edgar Allan Poe did not have Pinocchio in there.
No, he didn't.
He did not have Pinocchio.
Yeah.
So it took Adam to improve on that story.
Yeah. Adam takes all these literary figures and
I love the way he does it. And back here, he has a little bit from Poe, who is Auguste Dupin, a little bit on that, which I find, in fact, I found it so fascinating that I asked Adam if he would write me a Pinocchio and Mr. Hyde story that I could illustrate. And I think he's going to.
Oh, you should.
He's going to send me the story. I think he said after Christmas. And I'm going to illustrate it. And I'm excited. I am excited to do it.
Yeah, you're doing something for me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I already did that. So I got that done. And I'm going to be working on this with Adam. I'm really excited about doing it. And of course, this is another $5 comic from Adam. And also, I wanted to mention, Adam has a YouTube channel where he reviews novels. And he is just excellent at doing it. I mean, the guy is very good. I look at it, I know he's not reading anything. He's just talking, and he can really, very smooth and gets his point across. And, if he does some classics and things that you guys were supposed to learn in high school. But if you didn't, just look at Adam. He'll explain it to you.
I did read Edgar Allan Poe, and I do appreciate Adam's grasp of, the history.
Adam does that in other comics, too, that he has. He mixes in actual literature with comic, which I love. That's a very good idea.
Here we have we have Pinocchio, and we have the orangutan again, with his fascination with razor.
He has a razor,
Yep. There he goes again with that razor. We saw him before, we talked about it in a previous video, Shear the Master.
Yeah. So that's that. I'm excited about doing this. So you will see that shortly, I'm sure.
And there's these I don't know where these other people came from, but there's these guys in hoods. The Black Hand Assassin.
I wasn't sure.
From Naples, and they're seeking out Edward
They're right in the beginning here, Paris in 1834, and the Black Hand Assassins from Naples. Yeah.
Naples, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like
Edward Hyde.
Yeah. You just have comic.
Adam takes all these influences, puts
them all together.
Improbable influences. I mean, Santa Claus, Pinocchio, Mr. Hyde, Hooded Assassins, from
orangutan,
all of this stuff, orangutan, murderous orangutan, puts them all into one or two
into a comic,
several stories.
And
these stories are always, they always end on sort of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So you're always looking forward to the next one, and there's always another one coming out really quick because he's that prolific.
Yeah.
So we love his work, and it's a
and
joy to read.
Go to his website. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's got paintings. He's got all kinds of pins and things to sell and all that. So He's a well-rounded guy, or artist, actually. Does a
Yeah.
lot of things. Yeah. So.
That's Adam. I think you had lunch with him, didn't you?
Hmm?
Did you have lunch with Adam?
No, I did not.
You had lunch with
Adam lives in
somebody.
Texas. I had lunch with Allen Freeman.
Oh, you did? You had lunch. I had lunch with Alan Freeman a couple of times.
Yeah.
Alan, you watching? We all had lunch with you, and it was one of the high points of our lives. I can tell you
Yes.
that right
That's
now.
right. Unfortunately, Alan did not buy that day, but
No,
other than that,
we were a la carte when I went when it was in Chicago in the late 80s.
it was so long ago I don't even remember where we went.
And I just heard from Alan Freeman like a day or two ago.
Did you?
We were expecting a zine from Adam and Alan and Dan Burke.
Dan Burke.
Bad Magazine #4. Not going to be the huge 200-page monster the last one was.
Oh, but it'll still be.
It should be out. It'll be out before New Year's, and we're definitely talking about that one.
Yeah, exciting.
Apparently, Alan did like.
He hurt his.
To the issue.
But Dan hurt his hand. Did you see that?
He did. I saw his hand in a cast.
Yeah.
Dan, we're hoping you get better soon. Praying for you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. That's his drawing hand too. So.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing next?
How about this little guy?
Very good.
Joe Bagdon.
It may look little, but look at the artwork in this.
Right.
It is beautiful.
Now,
let me just give you an idea.
Yeah, now I can read it during the daytime, but at night, yeah, it's small. It's a mini comic.
Very small, yes.
It's not the smallest mini comic size. It's a little bit bigger, but at nighttime,
it's a pretty small print.
I have to use this.
Yeah. But the other thing you need to actually take notes when you read this.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot going on. For instance, it starts right off here, right here. It starts right off, and it says, I informed the Jedimesh about what happened, and they ordered me to bring you to them. And yeah.
It's the origin of the Astro Ranger.
Okay. Yeah, the Astro Ranger.
Astro Rangers
is right there.
Right. And yeah.
And
this is
I'm trying to think who this is offhand because I know it says
like,
somewhere.
Isn't it like Tomal or something like that?
Yeah, but he says they are the elder founders of the Astro Rangers. Okay. But there's a lot of things in here like that, so you have to kind of pay attention to what's going on.
Okay, so this guy, he's Victor Adams. He's a test pilot.
Yeah.
And that's his girlfriend. And again, I have to look at her name. I read this a few days ago, so I have to go back. What was her name? But anyway, the thing is, this Astro Ranger comes to him. And they're saying he has to appear before these elders.
Yes.
You know? And
I don't know how you kind of say that. Jaimesh? G-J-E-I-M-E-S-H.
Jaimesh works for me.
Jaimesh.
Yeah, here is GJ. Right away, you got a problem because G and J don't mesh.
No.
Jaimesh works for me.
But they have to go to this home world of. That's what I said. You gotta
Joe.
Pay attention.
Joe, you could have made the name a little more simple.
Yeah. Crixima, I think it is.
Right. Sounds like it's like kryptonite, but it's not.
Yeah,
quite.
but it's Crixima. You got to go to Crixima, which is 344 light years from here.
Yeah, and there they go. Again, the artwork is beautiful.
Really.
They're traveling through space, and while they're there, they're talking to this guy, this Astro Ranger, and they got like a 2.5-day trip, trip across the entire galaxy, across the universe, but they're going pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
But they need some time to kill, so he starts to tell them about the backstory
Mm-hmm.
and how he had this friend who was also uh, an Astro Ranger, and his
Mm-hmm.
friend's name was RAFQA. Now, once again, it's not that easy. It looked like Rafka to me, but they were both Astro Rangers. But through a series of events, his buddy and he they became at odds with each other, and Rafka became the Cosmic Blaster.
See, those are why. That's why I say you got to pay attention. You've got to pay
You
attention.
gotta, it's small, but it's 30
It's
some pages. What is it?
yes.
But
It
it's an excellent story. Yeah,
it's about 30
30
pages.
pages.
Mm-hmm. And you can't beat the artwork. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, and it explains the origin and how Rafka sort of, went over to the dark side, sort of, and sort of became evil and became the
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Blaster, and how these once friends became bitter enemies.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
meanwhile, this other guy, Victor Adams, through an accident of fate, absorbed some of the powers from the Cosmic Blasters. And they explained some of that during his meeting with the elders.
Yeah, that's Elder Prime is the head of the elders.
Yeah, I swear, there's one of the elders, and they were there was a battle going on. Some sort of a radiation beam was deflected and hit him and caused him to become very powerful
Mm-hmm.
over a period of time.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the origin of the Astro Blaster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff starts happening. Even they're interviewing him, and he's just talking. And one of the first evidences is you can see this is one of the elders because they got giant heads,
Mm-hmm.
and his eyes start to glow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Something's going on there.
Yeah.
Something's going on there beyond the normal. Okay. Don't you love this artwork? Look at this. This is a great superhero comic and a
Yeah.
kind of a great sort of a science fiction space opera also. I like the designs of the
I mean, you just can't
Astro
beat
Rangers.
the artwork in this. Joe
Yeah.
is excellent
Yeah,
cartoonist.
he really is good. I mean,
Yeah.
you're thinking, you're watching this, you're looking at this, and you're thinking, man, this would look really good if it was full size, right? But it looks really good this size too.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, man. I don't know what size the originals are, but
Look at that action
it
scene.
does reproduce extremely well.
There's his friend, the
Yes.
Cosmic Blaster. Now he's totally evil, and he doesn't even look the same. You don't even recognize him.
Yeah.
But
So,
he's having a time battling his old friend. And I think this is when Victor gets he gets zapped right there. Is that it?
I'm not sure.
He might get zapped more than once, but anyway, you got to read the story.
Yeah. And it's got letters in the back,
It doesn't
which
kill him.
are very fine print.
Mm-hmm. That's when you
The
break
armor
it.
here.
That's it, man. That's when
Yeah.
you break it out.
Yeah. Let me hold that up to you there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can see I dyed my mustache. You see that?
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Is that the real one or is that the fake
That's
one?
the real one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other one's right
You
here.
used to keep the real one in your pocket, didn't you?
But this is the other one.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it. Here are other Bantam House comics back here on this back cover.
Bantam House comics. Mm-hmm. Oh, Matrix, he's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, yeah, that was another good one.
yep.
He's got letters from Tony Lorenz,
These
Jeff
are called
Wood.
micro adventures because of the size.
Right. But those are micro. This is a mini. This is a little bigger than that. And I'm not giving away anything.
This is not a micro?
No, a micro would be about half the size of this.
Oh, okay.
Those are real
This
little
is a
ones.
mini.
They're almost the size of a postage stamp. This is a mini.
Oh, okay.
So people don't do micro comics much anymore.
No, I've seen them. I have seen them, but
Yeah.
Usually only one panel up per page. That's about all they can do.
And we do get one really good scene, and I will show this because I don't think I'm giving away anything, but this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the Astro Ranger because
There
I
he is.
see at least one
Very
picture of
cool.
Victor in his full-fledged fighting suit.
Yep.
So there he is.
Yeah.
On the front cover. The front cover is cool too. And that's sort of him receiving his powers, or it's before
Yeah.
the actual suit is completed. So
Anyway, what a great comic. I think it's well worth. And what is the price here? $2. Oh my gosh.
absolutely worth
$2.
$2.
Man, you can't go wrong for $2.
Yeah, I think it's $2. Okay, let me see.
$2.
Additional first class postage, 58 cents in the US and $1.25 Canada. So $2.60.
Yeah.
We'll get you a mail copy
Yeah.
of
And
this.
I definitely recommend this.
Absolutely.
Can't beat that.
From Joe.
Okay. Next up.
Do you recognize these?
Well, that came from Adam. Yes. Yeah.
Well, they fell
Sent
out.
little things with his comics.
They fell out, and I wasn't sure which.
Yeah, that came from Adam.
These.
That's
These are
Adam
cool
Rodriguez.
little stickers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Frazetta there.
That looks like Frazetta.
Yeah, that's Frazetta there.
That's Frazetta.
I got one like that and a one different, and I don't have them in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah, they fell out. They fell on the floor, and
Yeah.
I got mixed up because I got all these comics beside me, and what happened there? I got something from Larry Blake. I'm just going to mention this. We're not going to review it.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
He spilled everything.
Yeah, that's one of my computer mouse. So one of my computer mouse fell to the floor, but I think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's the one I use for my PC. It looks like this. It's wireless.
Oh, okay.
And the light's lit, so it's okay.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a light.
Yeah.
But it's perched on the air, perched precariously. Larry Blake sent me, and this is $20, but this is a Larry Blake Cyclezort.
Cycles are. I've had those before.
Book 2. Larry Blake has been publishing a comic called Cyclezort ever since the 1970s.
Yeah.
The thing is, he said it was so prolific for so long, for decades, he would completely redo the entire series. So, and then he would do it again. He was always trying to make it better. And, I just got this. I guess it's a Christmas present. I gotta say thanks. And Larry's not on the internet, so I gotta send him a letter.
No, Larry won't see this, but
yeah.
But look at his artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry is one of the top small press artists there is.
I just turned any particular page, and well, that's his hero, a Night Star or Nightshade.
Nightshade. Yes, that's his ongoing hero. There's Larry right there.
Larry himself.
Yeah, from the back.
Look in the mirror, and you see he looks really old in the mirror. So sort of a Dorian Gray situation.
Oh, okay.
Where he grows old in the mirror, but not in real life.
Larry himself basically stays in the 70s, or 80s, 70s or 80s most of the time.
Big Kiss fan. Here's a nice page.
Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that. He can really draw.
So I don't know. I just got that, and I thought.
Have you ever met him?
Christmas, people. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Have you ever met Larry Blake?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Twice.
So much.
In Chicago in 87, and I think it was 87 and 88, or it was either 86 and 87. I get confused about it, but it was somewhere in there. And we were all at the Chicago convention. Larry Allen Freeman was there, and we got together. We all got together and went out for Angus burgers at a nearby hotel restaurant. It was like 20 of us. It was all these people there. I've told this story before, but yeah, Larry was great.
I always talk to Larry at Space, because I always go to Columbus, or had been going to Columbus for Space. And Larry's there, has been every year. I don't know with his health if he can make it these days or not, but
Yeah.
He had been there every single year.
We'll be there in May, and we'll see. And hopefully for a
June.
while.
They changed it to June.
They
They
changed it to
changed it to
June.
June. Yeah, I told you.
Well,
I sent you a note.
that's probably good. That gives me a chance
Yeah.
to pay off all my Christmas debt and before then, you know, because
Yeah, I sent you that. I sent you a text on that. You didn't get it? The new dates?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
because he hadn't set the, no, you didn't know. I saw where he hadn't set the new location yet.
No, it's different roads, the same road center, but it's just different dates.
Okay.
So,
I'll have to go back. I still have those texts, so I can go back and check it out.
Speaking of space, just one quick note. Do you remember an artist by the name of Dave Sim that did Cerebus?
Oh, yeah, Cerebus, yeah.
You know that Dave Sim at Space, he was the guest always, the big time guest.
Yeah.
He would buy everybody, the whole place, dinner. Everybody.
No kidding.
And order whatever you wanted from the menu at a real nice restaurant. He did that for at least 3 years that I know of.
That's amazing. What an incredible guy, an incredible talent. I must have had like the first 30 issues of Cerebus.
Yeah.
At one point.
And he had his background artist with him. I can't remember his name. I think he was maybe German or something. But yeah, Dave Sim bought everybody that had a table at Space. He bought dinner every year.
That's amazing. Is he going to be there this year? I'll be darn hungry.
No, he hasn't been there for a couple of years. You know, Cerebus is done. I don't know what he's doing now, but Cerebus is done. So, yeah.
Sword and Sorcery, platypus, right?
Huh?
It was a platypus, right?
Cerebus, I'm not sure what it was. It was
Sword and Sorcery, though.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure what that character was, but excellent artist.
Yeah,
wow.
superb
art. Really good.
I remember one of the very early issues, and Dave was trying to cut corners. He did the artwork, and he asked his wife to fill in the black areas.
Is that right?
Yeah, and there was one particular issue. But the funny thing is, and he even commented on the next editorial, he said, you would think if I did the artwork and all somebody else has to do is fill in the blacks, it would look the same. But it didn't. It didn't look the same. For some reason, it's important that the original artist fill in his own black areas.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had that issue, and I was like, you noticed it right off. Something's a little off here. I'm sure his wife is very talented, but that's not what she should have been doing. There's other ways. And
I remember the name of his background artist was Gerhardt. Gerhardt was his background artist.
Gerhardt. Okay.
Yeah, and he would come to the show too. He was there with Dave, and yeah, he did all the backgrounds. He was an excellent artist, also.
Okay, that's great.
All right, we got one more, don't we?
We do have one more to review. And how much time do we have here? Are we good? Okay, here it is. Mary Selinsky and the Wonder Kitty.
Yeah.
The latest issue from
Joe
Ely Carrales the third. Issue number 4.
Number 4. This is part one of this story.
This one has a UFO symbol.
It's called The Heist.
The Heist.
The Heist. Yeah.
Yep. Once again, it's in full color.
Full color, complete full color. All the way through, kind of black background with full color panels like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff going. These two ladies.
They're unusual. They are superheroes, but very unusual superheroes because they have jobs.
Yeah, they work for the Army and they work in the mail room.
Yeah, they work in the mail room there.
I like this place. They run across this guy. He's like a drill sergeant, and he's yelling at them.
Yeah. Well, that's when they get to Yeah, they go to active duty, and they're actually kind of in basic training there.
Yeah.
And you got the DI yelling at them, which is what happens if you're in
Yeah.
basic
But
duty.
this is Wonder Kitty, the other one. What's her name?
Yeah.
Nikki, or whatever her name. But she's he's saying, he's like, "Can you hear me?" And she's
Oh yeah, the drill sergeant we were talking
the
about. Yeah.
drill sergeant scene. This
Yeah.
is my favorite scene in the issue. It's just a couple of pages, uh,
Uh-huh.
but it all has something to do with Mary Selinsky, who is the more powerful of the two.
Hmm.
A Wonder Kitty can turn into all various different felines, from big, giant, scary lions to right on down. But in this particular scene, they go before this drill sergeant who has no idea, and he's like, let me hear you yell. Let me hear you yell, like, let me hear your battle cry. So so she does. She goes like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
And pathetic, Nico, pathetic. And so he asked her to yell again. Try it again.
He didn't want to hear a comedy act. He
Yeah, but
wanted to hear,
he
yeah.
wasn't expecting this.
No. So that that should have taken care of him right there.
Look at him. Look at his face. Look at his.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good job by Joe Ely Carrales.
Yeah.
This guy's like, whoa, what the heck? I mean, he's totally shattered, and what have I got myself into? But basically, what it's about is that Marie Selinsky, they discover she has some new powers. Something happened in the mailroom, and
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, it was like a flash type thing.
Hmm.
You don't even see it in the comic, but something happened. Something went by really fast.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is, and they're thinking it's more enhanced powers, so they want to test her powers.
Yeah. I don't know if we have that panel where that happened or not. Oh, there it is.
It's
Yeah.
right at the beginning.
Here it goes. This goes by. Whoosh.
Whoosh! Now, what the heck happened here?
Yeah. Something happened.
They want to know.
Yeah.
Because these ladies, although they're supposed to be captains,
They're dumbfounded, it says.
they're dumbfounded. They don't know what happened. Nobody else knows
Yeah.
what's happened. And so the issue has to deal with doctors and scientists, and this particular guy, this particular scientist, who happens to be an old friend of one of the military guys, and I forget his name right now, but he happened to know this guy like 30 years ago. He looks him up and calls him by his name. What was his name?
I don't know.
But it's like
Dr. Jacobs.
like if you're a doctor, it's Dr. Jacobs.
Dr. Jacobs.
He calls him by his first name, Dr. Jacobs, an old friend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy has completely turned into a snob. He says, "I'm, doctor. I'm not." He says, "I am a doctor of computing." Blah, 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 blah. I have to go back and look over. His name was Willie.
In fact, we got this a while back, and I read it a while back, and boy, after reading all the other stuff, I kind of forgot what's in some of the story here. But
that's what happens. They're stories about your powers. So they go to this building where he works, and it's his old friend Bill or William or whatever from high school or from college. He knocks on the door and he says, "Hello, Willie." Willie doesn't go for it. I'm Dr. Jacobs.
Just as a artistic point, I'm looking at their uniforms here.
Uh-huh.
Now that is not hand drawn like that. That is some kind of a fill
You think so?
that worked for their uniform, I believe.
It's interesting because you're mentioning the uniform. They have to appear in uniform.
Oh, when they're back on base.
Yeah, but the thing is that they forget their undershirts. So one of them is wearing a black turtleneck.
And the other is a camouflage.
The kid's wearing a leopard thing. And they can't tell for that, too.
When I was in the military, we wore camouflage scarves like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
they don't go for it in this
We had 'em.
So
Get a little more of the drill sergeant here going.
there's a lot of intrigue going. It's all in beautiful full color.
Yeah,
So you
that's what
know,
I was saying about. I don't know how he does his colors and fills, but there's a little trick to that one fill that
yeah.
he's using for camouflage. That's a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea.
Oh, looks like they got laid out right here. That's not a
Mm-mm-mm.
happy moment of the story, but there
Yeah,
are happy moments and there are funny moments.
yeah,
Joe is a good writer.
yeah.
He
All
sort of
kinds of
draws
stuff.
everything. Joe's a good artist, but he sort of draws everything at one level.
Hmm.
Um, um,
Yeah.
but I mean, you could have a few more perspective shots to make it more interesting. But it's
Could have a few.
because he's a
The only thing
brilliant
I would say,
writer.
I'd like to see a little more expression in some of the characters.
Hmm.
There are expressions, don't get me wrong, but could be more, I think. Um,
Characters are well developed. Joe is such a
oh,
good writer.
that's for sure.
I think that is his main strength. And
Mhm.
also, whatever he does with his artwork, the colors and everything else,
Colors and
looks
fills and
so
everything
beautiful.
are very good.
Yeah,
And here, as you can see, Arrested, the
yeah.
heist part two will be coming.
That's what I say. These young ladies are having a time. They're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
trying to do their best, and everywhere they
yeah.
go, something goes wrong.
I think
And
there's also, because of a lot of the military stuff in here, I think there's a heavy influence from the Civil Air Patrol that I
mhm.
think maybe Joe is a member or has been or something. I get that feeling. I may be wrong,
Yeah.
but I think he is or was or should be.
Oh, you remember that drill sergeant guy?
Hmm.
Um, he walks outside after their close encounter, and he sees Mary Selinsky, and I guess he didn't expect this.
Lifting up the Jeep. Yeah, right. And
You look at his face.
that can change what you say to those recruits. You know,
You gotta be careful, 'cause
exactly.
but, they might just kick your butt one day.
Mhm.
So a great comic. I very much
Now,
enjoyed it.
also, Joe appears in Yeet. Yeet is a comic that we uh, review quite often. I can't
Right.
get it right.
Presents. Hmm.
Anyway,
A lot of his work appears there.
there.
We
Boy,
always enjoy
but his work is in Yeet also. So he's a busy guy. These are long. This is 30, 33 pages long, full-size comic book, full color.
yeah. And with an interview in the back with Don Simpson.
Oh yeah, an interview with Don Simpson. That's good too. Yeah, I forgot that was in there.
Of Mega Man. Mega Man? It's Megaton, or was it?
Hmm.
Megaton Man, and Bizarre Heroes, etc., etc. So he has an interview here with some uh, samples of his work.
Yeah, there's some of his work. Yeah,
Hmm.
nice.
That's a nice little addition too.
Yeah,
Joe gives you your money worth. I mean,
yeah. This is six.
Joe gives you
Whoops.
your
This
money's worth.
is $5 US, $6 in Canada, because
Hmm.
everything costs more in Canada. And well, $5 comic, 33 pages, pretty good, pretty
There you
good.
go.
Yeah.
I just mailed out a bunch of copies of the new UFO newsletter, Tetragrammaton Fragments. One I just finished this, and that's a Larry Johnson.
I think I do have that. Hold on one second.
Yeah,
I do believe that you sent me that.
they should be arriving in people's mailboxes any day now. Today's
Hmm.
Sunday, so maybe tomorrow or Tuesday if you don't have it yet. But I mailed this out, and you were speaking about Canada, and the thing is, this is 3 ounces. I have a digital postal scale here in my room, so
Hmm.
like 2.9 ounces. So that means two ounce stamps. 2 ounce stamps are 24 cents each. A 1 ounce stamp is 60 cents. So 60 plus 50, it's $1.08 to mail out one copy.
Yeah, see that Makes it tough on small press people.
Yeah, but that's why I have a digital postal scale. I don't want to pay extra. I'm not going to put an extra stamp on there if I don't have to. But when I mail something to Canada, all I do is I add an extra first step, first out 1 ounce stamp. I add an extra 1 ounce stamp, and it always
I
gets.
don't know what I did with that, Steve, but I have it. But I don't know where.
Yeah, nice cover,
What
by
the
the
heck I
way.
did with it. I looked at it, put it somewhere, but
That's okay.
anyway, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Larry
And
did that cover and did a good job on that. Great
yeah.
job.
And if you remember, you're going to get one of those every month.
That's right.
Is it every month or
Every 2 months.
every 2 months? Okay.
There's a picture of me on the inside back cover. This is me.
Yes, that's Steve when he's the green man.
Right, there I am. Only this one's in black and white.
Yeah, but that I remember from the last video, beautiful green color, which would have went well with our Christmas issue.
Yeah. Right. Sorry I didn't think of that sooner.
Yeah.
Your red hat and that green
And that green face. Perfect.
That would have been
Absolutely
perfect.
perfect.
Out, so I'll just mention that. I'm going to start working on another book now. I'm number 10. Which I've been so busy with the UFO and everything that I need to take some time away and work on my own comics and publications, not just something for a group. It's a wonderful group. I love the UFO, but
do your own stuff too.
Yeah, so it's overdue, and I'm going to publish a new issue of it. I'm number 10, which will be out by the spring, and Larned has a little short strip in that issue too, like a 3-pager.
Yeah.
And it is going to be an origin of my character Nightman.
Oh, cool.
A new Raven story and a lot of other stuff. So I want to buckle down and get to work on that right after Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Christmas is taken care of.
Tomorrow's kind of a big day for me because I'm getting my right eye operated on for cataract.
Cataract time.
You can see that the left eye, which they did, the cataract is gone. You can see it's gone. But the cataract is still in this eye, as you can notice.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Looks like the first one went pretty well, so.
Goes pretty good. There's not much to it. A lot of eye drops other than that. There's no pain involved, or you don't feel like you had something in your eye or anything like that. It just, they put the light in your eye for a little bit and send you home.
That's it.
Then it's a matter of 7 days to heal, where you don't have to worry about anything, like when you first get home, you're not supposed to bend over and all those kinds of things. Yeah. But other than that, after 7 days, you can do anything you want.
From what I've heard, your clarity of vision improves immensely.
Right now, if I look at something that's white, it's white. If I look at it with my right eye, it's yellow. Yeah. And you don't notice. You never noticed that, yourself. I never noticed it. There was no way I would know. It's
a slow progression. And once you get there, it's like, we got to do something about this.
Well, they tell you glasses won't help you anymore. You have to have your cataracts done.
Yeah, they've been after me to get a colonoscopy since forever,
Oh, I can do one for you. Cheap. No problem.
We'll not get into that right now, but when you get a certain age, every time you go to the doctor, you need a colonoscopy. Yes. That's what you need. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was a lot of fun.
All right.
So,
well, another one down, and send us more comics.
Oh yeah, and I want to say that because we're reviewing stuff from people mostly we reviewed before. Adam Rodriguez. Where did I put everything? But Joe Bagdon. We reviewed stuff from you guys before. Joe Ely Carrales. We'd like to see some new people.
Yeah, we really would. We'd like to see some new things, and
we'll review your comics if you want to send them. I mean, if you're worried about postage, if you send it and you just want us to review it, we'll send it back. Kid you not.
Yeah. We will do that. Haven't had anybody actually do that, ask for that, but hey, It costs money to send them. It costs money to make them, and to
Yeah.
give 2 free.
Yeah.
It's I understand that, but we try and promote it the best we can. We've got at least 140 views most of the time. Between
Right. But that's the whole thing with us.
140.
The whole thing with us is we want to promote small press.
Yeah.
We recognize talented people, and we want to show, we want to show
So many
everybody
great
else,
artists out there.
this is a great guy, this is a great talent, and you should read this, and just to let folks know that you're out there and you're knocking out some great, top-notch work. So
When we get over 100 views like that, we know not all of those people are making comics. Some of them are reading them.
yeah.
So you can get some promotion here, I do believe. And if you do, give us some feedback. And if somebody ever says, "Oh, we saw your comic on YouTube," let us know. We'd love to know that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So subscribe to this so you don't miss the hookah. So
Right. Don't miss the hoopaka baglaga. That's important. We're having a blast.
Also, that you don't miss any of our episodes because they're not, they're infrequent because we have to wait for comics to do it.
Yeah.
So the episodes are a little infrequent. This was 35, episode 35.
This was 35?
35, and guess what the next one will be?
34?
Yes.
I thought so.
No, next one's going to be 36, I believe.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're done. Bye.
See you guys soon.